Today's episode is brought to you by Audible.com. Go over and get you a free audiobook 30-day free trial over at www.audibletrial.com/nerdcave. You can be picking up Timothy Zahn's new book, Thrawn. It's freaking awesome. Or you can get Ahsoka. You can get all these Star Wars books because everybody loves Star Wars. If you don't love Star Wars, what are you doing with your life? There's over 180,000 titles, though, to choose from. You can get it on your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle. And if you have an MP3 player and what are you doing with your life, you can get that there as well. So go over to audibletrial.com/nerdcave and grab you one of those new books. Get smart. We read at the Nerd Cave. We read. Build it beautiful.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nerd Cave podcast. I am one of your hosts, Derek Diamond, joined along with...
And I'm Robbie Rawls.
Robbie, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. A little sore. We had a rather eventful weekend, which is why why Zach's not here today. Zach had a pretty big day. He got married yesterday to Amy Irby, so
congratulations to both of you, yes.
You are currently heading to Vancouver. So, I hope you enjoy your day, eh?
Game on, eh?
Eh?
No, it was cool. We both got to be groomsmen in his wedding. And for me, it was a little different because I'm so used to filming weddings as opposed to actually being in them. So it was a little bit of a different take for me. That was only, I think, the third wedding that I've been in. So it's something over there falls, but that's okay.
It's all good.
So how was it for you?
It was definitely fun. As we talked about a little off the air, my lower back and my knee hurts. Because the groove kept coming and I just didn't stop it. I told him I felt like Kevin Bacon in Footloose. I danced the night away.
Don't you never hide your... That's my favorite scene from Footloose. When he dances in the warehouse.
Oh, yeah. That's a great
stuff.
Scene.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see if there was like something I could pull from the ceiling to have waterfall on me.
Maniac.
But, no, I mean, it was a lot of fun. A lot of dancing. The guy who was DJing did something that no DJ should ever do, and that's play the electric slide and the cha-cha slide back to back.
He did. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. As DJ Rob Dog, I play one of those songs for when I need a bathroom break, because one song is long enough to cover.
Yeah.
But when you play a 6.5 minute song followed by a 5.5 to 5:45. It's just too much dancing for anybody.
It's what we call a rookie move.
Yeah, and he ended up playing the electric slide twice. And of course,
he played in some other songs twice too.
Yeah, I mean, I know they didn't have a lot to go with, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Even though I was half dead on the second electric slide, I still went out there and boogied.
You did. And we got to see David Sunday, Derek Daniel, who were fans of the podcast. So
yep.
Always nice
Derek
seeing
Sunday was very nice to see them.
Derek Sunday and David Daniel.
Yep.
Their fusions. But no, it was a lot of fun. And Zach, hopefully you're watching. So congratulations to both you and Amy.
Yep.
Enjoy Canada. Say hey to Nick if you run into him there.
Yeah, because he's Canadian.
He is the pride of Canada. So we had some pretty big news happen this past week. So first thing, Star Wars. They've been filming the Han Solo spinoff film, which I've mentioned on this podcast. I'm not as into this one as I am the other ones.
I love his story, but I just don't know how I feel about this one. Adding Woody Harrelson in it has helped me a lot to try to get more behind this. It looks great. We just picked up a really good director in Ron Howard. He's done a lot of really good things. He did the Da Vinci Code, the Angels and Demons, the second part of that. He's acted in a lot of things.
Richie Cunningham from Happy Days.
So, I feel like this is the director that we need, that we needed for this, to kind of breathe some fresh air into it and kind of see where we're going to go. It's Star Wars, so it's going to get a lot of people to come see it. I mean, that's I mean, that's why I'm going to go see it in theaters. So, I mean, we'll just have to see how it does.
The interesting thing was Ron Howard is the new director. It was previously being directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. And the interesting thing was, according to this article from Comic Book Movie, with only a few weeks of filming left and reshoots planned shortly thereafter, the directing duo of Phil Lord and Chris Miller departed the Han Solo origin film, stunning Star Wars fans around the world. It was quickly revealed that Lord and Miller were actually fired over the dreaded Hollywood creative differences. However, it's almost universally agreed that the timing of the announcement was very strange. If things between the Lego movie directors and Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy were as bad as reported, how did Lord and Miller ever get the job in the first place?
Creative differences, you never know which one was right or which one was wrong because they never really go into detail. They just say creative differences. But I'm on the side of whoever wanted to, do the best thing for Star Wars. So
yeah.
I don't know which side I'm on, but whoever's side that's on, that's mine.
From what I've been reading, I think they had in mind like a buddy cop type movie. And I don't necessarily know that works for Star Wars.
I don't think it does at all.
And let's face it, if you're going to direct a Star Wars movie, I think there is a certain amount of creative freedom because Rian Johnson, who's directing The Last Jedi, has done interviews saying that he actually had a good bit of leeway with what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it was interesting, and I didn't know this until I was reading an article the other day. When R2 wakes up at the end of Force Awakens, that was actually a request from Rian Johnson so that R2 would go with Rey to Octo to find Luke. So apparently R2 might have a pretty big part, which R2 is my second favorite Star Wars character next to Obi-Wan. So.
Of course, mine's Qui-Gon, but I mean...
There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish. But no, I think R2 having a bigger role in this next movie is going to be awesome. I'm excited for the Star Wars universe right now because, we're getting great books, great games, and great movies. I feel like I'm back in the 90s and early 2000s again.
Do you think with this directing change, because they're obviously going to go back and change some things, do you think the movie maybe gets pushed back a bit? Because it's supposed to come out in the summer of 2018. Now, me personally, I was against it at first, but I like the Star Wars movies coming out in December because Disney owns Marvel. Marvel movies usually come out during the summer and the fall. Why not dedicate December to Star Wars?
I always think they're like when they do like bring it out in the summer, they're like, well, we had the fallback of it being a December release and people seem to be okay with it. So I think it gives them some leeway, but I really don't think it's going to change because all they really needed to do was go back there, do some reshoots and finish up a last little bit of filming, which, I'm not on a set of like a multi-billion-dollar film, so I don't know how long a reshoot would take for them, but I feel like it's not going to take them, a whole year from now to be able to get that done.
True. I just wonder if they're going to go back and change things to change the tone of the film. Like maybe cut some things out, add some things in. Who knows?
I kind of look at it like Suicide Squad because, once the Batman and Superman had such negative reaction to it being dark, they were able to go into Suicide Squad and they had some reshooting that they had to do, but they also went back and changed some stuff to add some more comic relief into it, and it's still released on time.
Yeah.
So I have hope that they're going to release it on time, but, if it does get pushed to December, everybody still seems to be okay with it, so, I'm good with it.
Well, it's my thing with December is you have kids who are on Christmas break.
Yep.
Most businesses aren't as busy around Christmas if you're not retail.
Yeah.
You have more time to go to the theater. I went and saw, Rogue One multiple times because I was on break. Same thing with Force Awakens. I was on break for 2 weeks, so I got to go see it multiple times. You could do the same thing in the summer, but I don't know. I kind of like the whole December thing.
It works.
When it comes down to it, it doesn't really matter because if it's in May or August or even in January, I'm still going to go see it because it's a Star Wars movie.
Definitely.
With Ron Howard coming on, I have a little bit of a higher hope for it. I think he is a very safe choice.
Very safe.
So we'll just have to see. I want to see a trailer for this because we've been hearing so much about it, but we haven't seen anything other than, a few set photos.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see how this kid does as Han Solo. I think Donald Glover is going to be great as Lando.
I agree.
But to me, the guy who's playing Han, and his name escapes me right now, but
I know.
He's the wild card in this whole thing.
That's going to make or break this movie for me because he's kind of an unknown when it comes to Star Wars. So we're just going to have to kind of see what he does and how he, portrays. Because, he's starting as a young one, so he can kind of, I feel like he can do what he wants to with the character and have it slowly evolve to the Han that we know and love today.
We shall see. I know they want to turn it into a trilogy.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to see how this one does.
We will.